Taking a live look from the Mission Ridge camera, not a bad day. It is warm today, not really feeling like, a cool fall day, but no complaints because it's also election day. Let's get to meteorologist Cedric Haynes for the very latest on our forecast and also some of the changes coming our way. So don't get too used to this very warm weather.
And that's right, Latrice.
For this time of year.
Don't get too used to it at all. I mean, this is not normal, of course. We should be normally in the mid-60s for high temperatures. That's where our morning low temperatures have been. And with all that full sunshine that we have out there, temperatures are really climbing. So it's 75 degrees currently in Chattanooga, but it's even warmer than that in other spots here. In fact, let me show you that as we look at some of the numbers in your neighborhood. Look at Scottsboro right now, 81 degrees, 79 in Fort Payne. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we're going to be likely seeing some 80s out there across northeast Alabama and northwest Georgia and even southeast Tennessee. Likely wouldn't even be impossible in western North Carolina. You're at 77 currently in Murphy, Dayton, 70 in Cleveland. That's kind of the cool spot. Same with Altamont there up along the plateau, and 75 degrees in Athens. So let me show you where we go this afternoon. I think, again, many of us will definitely be into the upper 70s, but with all this sunshine, it would not at all surprise me that we start to see a few more 80s. Obviously, Scottsboro, you're at 81 now, so you've jumped up well above that 77, and so we could see a little bit more of that here across the region. Of course, we did tie a record high of 80 degrees yesterday, so pretty remarkable for this time of the year, but all good things must come to an end, and let's talk about some of the changes that are heading our way. First, we've got to talk about some possible beneficial rain moving our way. And then we've got to talk about definitely a big change in those temperatures. So let's start off with Tropical Storm Nicole. You can see here in the, but basically around the Caribbean area here now. And this will be moving towards the Bahamas as we go into the next 24 hours, but likely strengthening to a Category 1 hurricane as we get towards your Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening before making landfall in Florida. So those red and blue areas are tropical storm warnings and hurricane warnings that are in effect. Pretty remarkable to see that, especially on an election day. But yeah, it tells you it's a pretty impressive storm that's going to be moving towards Florida, and it doesn't stop in Florida. Now, watch how this system on the official track. Now, remember, the cone here shows you where they're expecting the center of the storm to track. So when you look at this, you say, oh, we're not going to see any impacts. This will move off to our east and move off towards the north and east towards the Carolinas. That's true with the center of the storm, but this is almost an extra tropical storm, so it's going to look a little different. So let me show you what I mean. Here we go, Wednesday afternoon. We're dealing with lots of sunshine, still some nice, pleasant weather here in the Tennessee Valley. And then as we get towards your Thursday afternoon, those clouds really start to thicken up here across the Tennessee Valley. And here we go, the remnants of Nicole now making its way through Florida. Notice how the storm is kind of expanded and is definitely reaching a lot farther off away from the center of the system here. So the rain is already making its way up towards Atlanta by that time. And then notice as we get into Thursday night into Friday morning, you see how this looks a little different. We've got a cold front that's going to be coming in, and that's going to help try to pull that moisture back to the west. So typically most of the rain would be off to our east, but this is going to help pull that moisture to the west, and we'll actually be in line to potentially see some beneficial rain starting Thursday night late and throughout the day Friday as that system moves by. Then the cold front moves through. And we've got to focus on the big time cold air that's going to be moving our way. But let me show you, this is one model look at the potential rainfall amounts here. And I've kind of expanded the view to just show you here. Again, there's going to be a swath moving up through central Georgia, possibly including parts of the Tennessee Valley and into the Carolinas where we're going to see the heaviest of the rainfall. But the exact track of the system will obviously determine if this is a little farther west or a little farther to the east. Either way, it looks like we will see some rainfall from this system. How much? We'll be fine-tuning that in the coming days. Something else we're pretty confident on here is that the warm temperatures will stick around not just through your Wednesday, but right on into your Friday as well as that system moves by. But as soon as that system moves by, it allows the cold front to move in, and that's going to pull down some very cold air across the area, so a big-time chill settles into the region just in time for the weekend. Let me give you a little preview of that. By Saturday afternoon, we're going to have those blustery northwesterly winds in place, so temperatures will likely be in the 50s at best across the area. But then things change because by the time you wake up as you get into your Sunday morning, temperatures below freezing. We're talking 20s and low 30s by your Sunday morning, and by the time we go throughout your Sunday with that northerly wind, we're talking highs only in the 30s and 40s across the area by Sunday afternoon. So enjoy the upper 70s and 80s now because the big chill is definitely on the way. Let me show you your Storm Alert 7-day forecast. Again, for our election day, highs near 80, warm, sunny, beautiful afternoon. And then Veterans Day, possible tropical rains moving into the area, so we've got to watch that. But that will be followed by blustery winter-like conditions with highs in the 40s and lows, look at that, Latrice, in the 20s.